Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Dem Sheila Jackson Lee forces teacher out of first-class seat then calls her a racist. Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee claims to be on the side of the downtrodden in the district in Texas that she represents. However, Rep. Lee certainly enjoys the high life of being a Washington lawmaker, as she has gotten very used to flying first class. She recently arm-twisted United Airlines into forcing a teacher to give up the first class she had purchased so that she could sit there instead. Wrote Jean Marie Simon on her Facebook page. On December 3, 2017, I purchased a round-trip, first-class ticket to Guatemala. I selected 4 first-class seats at time of purchase. United provided an email confirmation with a receipt and the 4-seat designations. Everything was fine until I returned to Houston yesterday. She then wrote about Rep. Lee, the United attendant and Jackson Lee boarded the plane first, including before the pre-boarding of uniformed military, toddlers, people with disabilities and global services passengers, and even a group of fellow Texas congressmen whom Jackson Lee had been talking to before she was escorted onto the plane. Line 1 boarded, but when they scanned my ticket, my seat and my reservation had been removed from the system. After asking why she had mysteriously lost her seat, Jean Marie wrote about discovering, the first agent went into the United reservations system and told me that 1 hour and 20 minutes earlier, my seat had been reassigned. That means that at about 11:20 a.m., a United employee went into the system, eliminated my 1A seat designation, and reassigned it to Jackson Lee. She then added, I was the last passenger on the plane. A Texas congressman, a nice guy, sat down next to me. He said was glad I had made it on the flight. I showed him my boarding pass with my seat, 1A, printed on it. He said, you know what happened, right? Do you know who's in your seat? I said no. He told me that it was Jackson Lee, a fellow U.S. congresswoman who regularly does this, that this was the 3rd time he personally had watched her bump a passenger. Then he asked me if I knew whom Jackson Lee represents in Congress, Bush International Airport in Houston. He apologized, saying, Jackson Lee gives us all a bad name, it's shameful. Later, Rep. Lee complained about the teacher and said in a statement, since this was not any fault of mine, the way the individual continued to act appeared to be, upon reflection, because I was an African American woman. Are you disgusted by this Democratic Congresswoman? Homeowners Association makes Christian family remove offensive Christmas decorations. Every American has a constitutionally guaranteed right to free speech. The last place you would think you would have to worry about this right is on your own property. However, a Christian family in the historic town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania was recently ordered by their Homeowners Association to take down the display they had made to honor Christmas for what it is, a major Christian holiday. Stated Mark Wywell, the homeowner who put up the sign, as part of our Christmas decoration, we would display the name Jesus to point out to everyone that we in this family believe that the reason for the season is to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Several of Wywell's neighbors in the courtyard's development complained, however, and claimed that the display offended them. This spurred Courtyard's president Bud Vance to take action and order Wywell and his family to take down the display. Claimed Bud, after taking a look at it, it isn't in accordance with normal Christmas decorations. Wywell and his family are standing their ground, and have stated that their sign does not violate HOA regulations. Said Mark, we have ordinances with regard to Christmas decorations, and my Christmas decorations comply with the HOA ordinances on Christmas decorations. Do you think this Christmas display is offensive? Watch CNN report Trump will fire Mueller after Sarah Sanders promises Trump will not fire Mueller. CNN is proving more and more that they are fake news. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said in a Fox News interview that President Trump would definitely not be firing Mueller. I want to be very clear and make sure that I address Senator Warner's, DVA, concern about Mueller being fired, for the 1000th time. We have no intentions of firing Bob Mueller, she said. We're continuing to work closely and cooperate with them. We look forward to seeing this hoax wrap up very soon. We think that it is just further evidence that the Democrats have no plan. They have no agenda. They have nothing to talk about other than attacking this president. While they've been focused on Russia, this president has been focused on America, she said. So how did CNN react to this news? He is absolutely going to fire him, said CNN guest and criminal defense attorney Richard Herman days after Sanders' statements. Well, they're not going to protect him, Fred, and I absolutely believe Trump will fire Mueller. He's a serious compulsive liar. The White House lies on a daily basis. And his minions lie for him on a daily basis, said Herman. Let me tell you why the Democrats have their hands tied behind their back and they can't do anything about it. There's nothing they can do. Say Mueller says crimes were committed and makes the report to the House of Representatives. There was obstruction of justice, there was conspiracy with the Russians to affect the election and throw in a money laundering count, claimed Herman. Breaking: Jeff Sessions officially orders investigation against Obama. According to a report by Politico, the Obama administration was caught abandoning multiple prosecutorial actions against Hezbollah to secure the success of the Iran deal. Sessions released a statement of an investigation he is starting. Operations designed to investigate and prosecute terrorist organizations that are also fueling that drug crisis must be paramount in this administration, said Sessions. While I am hopeful that there were no barriers constructed by the last administration to allowing DEA agents to fully bring all appropriate cases under Project Cassandra, this is a significant issue for the protection of Americans. We will review these matters and give full support to investigations of violent drug trafficking organizations, said Sessions. U.S. Senator Ben Sasse, Republican Nebraska, complimented Sessions for his investigation. I'm encouraged that the Justice Department recognizes that this is important and I hope that they will swiftly provide answers. Terrorists don't get a pass to exploit drug addiction here at home and use American dollars to fund their global violence, he said in a statement. How much more corruption will we discover from the former Obama administration? Are you glad we finally has a president who is truly fighting for the good of our country? For more, read here. All 10 of Halperin's accusers come forward to blast Mika for calling them cowards. MSNBC's Mika decided to attack the women accusing her friend and former co-worker Mark Halperin of sexual assault. Mika scolded them for not facing their abuser face-to-face and not letting him apologize. She even called them hypocrites. What Mika wasn't expecting was for those 10 women to unite together and strike Mika back. We have some men who are willing to face the music, who are willing to face the facts, who are willing to admit to their actions 10, 20 years ago, even 5 years ago. Mark Halperin is more than willing to meet with his accusers and apologize with them face to face, said Mika. I've actually tried to offer him to them. They don't want to talk to him. There are some hypocrisies here. When things happen and men actually want to validate that truth, that's important that we actually allow that if we want to grow as a society and learn from each other. If we just want to strike people down for political motivation or for anger, we are not going to get anywhere, said Mika. Paul Farhi from the Washington Post got a message from Mark Halperin's accusers to Mika. As journalists and as victims of sexual assault, we vehemently disagree with Mika Brzezinski's inappropriate comments on Morning Joe on December 23. She suggested that women who were assaulted by Mark Halperin owe him an opportunity to meet with him in person so he can apologize face to face. They write in a letter,